There are two types of technique for managing float. The second one is slowing down payment by using control disbursing. Control disbursing is a type of cash management service that is only available to companies. It involves the strategic use of mailing points and bank accounts to lengthen mail float and clearing float. Mail float is the time required for a check payment to travel from the payer to the payee using postal system. And clearing float is the delay between deposit of a payment and when spendable funds become available to the firm. In other words, this is the time when a check is cleared. The third technique for managing float is cash concentration. Cash concentration is a corporate treasury management strategy involving the transfer of all funds from a different account to a single centralized account. This is for the purpose of improving cash management efficiency. The transfer of cash into a single account allows a company to maintain a smaller cash balance, to identify excess cash available for short-term investments. Okay, under cash concentration, the first point is deposit transfer check. Deposit transfer check is issued by a designated collection bank to deposit the daily receipt of a corporation from multiple location. Deposited transfer check are a way to ensure better cash management for companies which collect cash of multiple location. Once the deposited transfer check is cleared, the transfer is completed. The second point is automated clearinghouse transfer, ACH. ACH is a pre-authorized electronic withdrawal from the payer's account and being deposited to payer's account. Compared to DTC, which takes several days to complete its transfer, ACH only takes 1 day to clear its transfer. The third point is wire transfer. Wire transfer is an electronic bookkeeping communication via bookkeeping entries between payers, a bank, and paying bank. Wire transfer reduces time float by eliminating mail and clearing float, but wire transfer is way more expensive than DTC and ACH. The last technique to manage float is zero balance account, ZBA. ZBA are disbursement account that always have zero balance at the end of the day. This is to ensure that not earning cash balance is eliminated in the corporate checking account. ZBA allows firms to keep all of its operating cash in an interest earning account. ZBA also allows firms to maximize the use of floats on each check.
The advantage of using cash conversion. The first advantage is it creates a large pool of funds for use in making short-term investment. By creating a large pool of funds, the transaction cost will reduce. The pool cash also maximizes investment opportunity and reduce the need for short-term borrowing. The second advantage is it improves tracking and internal control of firm cash. It makes simple to control the cash flow, and also it allows the firm to implement payment strategy that reduce either cash balance. Next, we move to marketable securities. Marketable securities are securities on debt that can be sold or redeemed within 1 year. Marketable securities are assets that can be quickly converted to cash at a reasonable price and can be sold on short notice. It is also known as near cash asset. Besides that, marketable securities are also defined as any unrestricted financial instrument that can be sold on a public stock exchange or a public bond exchange. The return of marketable security is low because they are highly liquid and considered safe investment. The example of marketable securities are treasury bills, commercial paper, negotiable certificate of deposit, and money market mutual funds.
There are two rationales for holding marketable securities. The first one, marketable securities are served as substitution for cash. These securities are held for precaution purpose. When cash outflow exceeds cash inflow at any point in time, a firm will sell these marketable securities to obtain cash. The second one, marketable securities are also used as temporary investment. Temporary investment in marketable securities can occur in two situations, which are: the first one is to finance seasonal and cyclical operations, and the second one is to meet non-financial requirements.
Okay, for the first situation is to finance seasonal or cyclical operations. If the firm use conservative financing policy, this is a strategy that maintains a higher level of current asset and therefore the higher working capital. Then the marketable securities will be held when inventories and receivables are low. Okay, for the first situation is to meet non-financial requirements, for example, tax payments and maturing bond issues. Okay, next we move to the factors of influencing the choices of marketable securities. There are 5 factors. For the first factor is default risk, or as we know as financial risk. This is the risk where the borrower will not pay the interest or principal of a loan. Usually, government securities have low financial or default risk, where the securities issued by corporation have a risk rating from low to highly speculative. Okay, for the second factor is interest rate risk. This is the risk of decrease in bond issues to which investors are exposed due to rising interest rates, or in other words, the financial instrument with longer terms to maturity are more sensitive to changes in interest rate and therefore have higher interest rate. Okay, for example, the treasury bills with 1 year to maturity will experience longer price drops where interest rates increase as compared with 90-day treasury bills. Okay, for the next factor is inflation risk. The inflation will reduce the purchasing power of a given sum of money. The financial instruments whose returns rise with inflation will experience lower inflation risk, while the financial instruments that returns fall with inflation will experience higher inflation risk. Okay, for the next factor is marketability risk, or with the other name as liquidity risk. The financial instruments that can be sold immediately at a price close to their market price are more marketable and liquid as compared to those that cannot be sold immediately. For the last factor is the yields, or the rates of return. The returns on marketable securities are dependent on the 4 factors that have been explained before. The higher the risk, the higher the return. However, it must be said that the safety or the liquidity should not be sacrificed for higher returns.